Do you think the quality of your coaching session is what brings kids back? Last night I was watching a movie with my son. It was awful. It was a sequel nobody asked for. Now, we laughed quite a lot through it, and spoiler alert, it wasn't a comedy. It was a disaster movie that was, yes, a disaster. But somewhere in that terrible movie, I was reminded about something in coaching that most people miss. Quality of the session. It's not the thing that matters the most. It's something else entirely. The movie was Greenland 2 Migration, by the way. Gerard Butler's post-apocalyptic world. The first one was all right. The second one wasn't. But this is what stuck with me. We didn't switch it off. My son and I sat there for the full 98 minutes. Do you know what? We made jokes and we guessed how the predictable plot would twist and turn, and it was a great night. Now, why did we sit through something that bad? Because by the time we realized how bad it was, we'd already invested too much time in it. We popped open the popcorn, and that investment, well, it changed the whole experience. There's a concept in psychology called the sunk cost fallacy. The classic version of this is that we continue investing in it because we've invested time in it already. You know, finishing something terrible because you're already halfway through. The past investment doesn't justify the future cost. That's the fallacy. But here's what's interesting about coaching. The same mechanism, the investment, the belonging, the showing up, that's not irrational at all. It's the most powerful retention tool you have. The fallacy becomes your greatest strength. Because what psychologists might be irrational with in, say, finance, turns out to be exactly what keeps kids going in sport. They come back not because the session was perfect. They come back because they've invested. It's their Tuesday night. It's their team, it's their place. And that investment, well, that's the whole point. Remember a session last winter, freezing, snowing, the lot. The drill I planned was a bit of a disaster. The space was too big, the groups were probably uneven, and the snow went for it about 5 minutes into the session. Just made it crazy. By any technical measure, it was a bad session. But by the end, one of the lads, Zach, came over and he said, "Coach, can we do that again next week?" And I said, "Well, I can't promise the snow." And we had a bit of a joke about it. He didn't mention that the drill didn't work. He didn't notice that the space was wrong. He just remembered the fun and the jokes and all the little things that were going on that made him part of that session. That's sunk cost in coaching, not a fallacy, but a foundation. Every messy session, every rained out or snowed out Tuesday, that's not waste, that's investment. And investment creates belonging. So here's the question that matters. Not was my session good enough, but what are they investing in that they'd miss if it disappeared? Because the kids that come back aren't the ones that had the perfect session. They're the ones that built something that they don't want to lose. Friendship, a routine, a moment they got to choose. Coach who asked them a question instead of shouting it. It was never about the content. It was always about the connection. And if you want to build that kind of belonging in your own coaching sessions or a business around it, grab the free 5-step roadmap. There's also a free ebook where you've got questioning techniques and frameworks to help you with your sessions. That will help you develop thinking players. Anyway, not sure what we're going to watch next week. Any suggestions on another terrible movie? I'm all ears. Let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.